We discussed this Broad Street animal rescue facility and the fact that it looks like there's 60 dogs that have been abandoned there. It's a real problem. The woman that reported it to us is on the line right now. Angela, good morning. Thanks for coming on. What do you know? What's going on over there?
Good morning. Thanks. So my husband and I went yesterday, just random people to drop off blankets because we heard they needed blankets.
Yeah.
And pulling in, we just couldn't leave. After what we saw and what we smelled outside, we couldn't imagine what it was like inside. So we went there to ask if we can walk some dogs, and we started to walk dogs. We walked a total of 12 dogs between my husband and I and a girlfriend of mine.
Wow.
And my husband had asked, there's 12, we walked 12 dogs, what about the other 50 dogs? And they said, they're too aggressive, only certain people can walk them. So we got to thinking, if no one here can walk the dogs, how long are these poor dogs in the crate if this one specific person was only allowed to walk the dog? The dog that I had, one of the dogs I had walked, Mia, she was a white dog, but she was covered in her own filth that she was now brown. She had sores on each of her elbows, on her paws. Every dog I walked had diarrhea, which proves that there's some underlying health conditions going on there. And they gave us hot dogs to give the dogs, and not one dog that I had or any of us had would eat the hot dog. We spent most of the day cleaning out garbage from the building. And if you drive by, if the dumpster isn't unloaded, which I don't think it would be by now, you'll see all the trash bags. I personally took out 30 trash bags. One of the bags was full of Kim Strong's shoes.
First of all, how do you know the stuff about Kim Strong? Because you had said in your text or email to us that you believe that Kim Strong has abandoned the place. Is that what people told you?
All I know is Kim Strong is not there. Okay. And I don't know any of the background. All I know is the condition of the dogs that I saw yesterday.
So you know that Kim Strong wasn't there when you were there yesterday, but not any more than that?
No, and yesterday I heard someone say if she steps foot on the property, she would be arrested. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care where she is. I care about these dogs and how we can rally together and help these dogs.
Okay, right.
I have to tell. Let me ask you. Yeah. The bit about, you said the bags of garbage you removed, and one of the bags was Kim's sneakers. I don't get. Was she living there? Is that what is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She lived in a couch. She called it. One of the people called it a quiet room, and then someone else called it a cuddle room. Like where they would bring the dogs, to get actually like personal, touch. Mm-hmm. But yes, she was living there.
No. And again, that is we can't prove that necessarily, but that was one of the questions that the DA's office had, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. That there were rumors that she was living there in the facility, and it was not zoned for that. It wasn't rented for that purpose. Right. So that was a problem. But people are telling you this. People are saying this to you. That,
right. And
she was living there. People are telling you that.
Right, and really, like I said, all I can speak on is what I saw yesterday.
What you saw.
I know codes and Utica Fire Department, Utica Police Department. They really have done everything they could to stop this. So they did all they could. I give them props. It's not a local thing anymore. It's I don't want to say it's the NYSPCA. They're the ones in there doing what they're doing now, and if the conditions now are better than what it was before, I can't fathom what it was before.
Yeah. So,
Angela, when you were there, did you see? Now you mentioned that people were giving you hot dogs to feed the dogs. Was there any bags of donated food or anything like that?
That's the thing. They have a lot of cleaning supplies. They have a lot of food. They have a lot of treats. I brought 4 people. We all walked dogs, and then maybe 6 other people had come after to try to walk dogs. Some were allowed to, and then some were told that there's no other dogs to walk. So I think that's my problem, and that's the problem here is no one knows how to fix this.
Right. There's
got to be something that can be done or else these dogs are just going to sit there. Like these volunteers are not there all day long.
Mm-hmm.
So if they go home 12 hours, they come back and they've got 60 dogs to walk. They've got 60 crates to clean now since the dogs have been in the crates for 12 hours.
This is a situation that is completely out of control.
Right.
Did you just say NYSPCA is now in charge there?
Yes, and I only know that from comments I saw on Facebook.
Okay.
So we
again,
don't know.
These are things that you witnessed. The stuff you witnessed and your opinion is one thing, and the stuff that's on Facebook we have to be very careful with.
Right.
Because
and I believe if the NYSPCA really was in charge, that if they treated this like it, if they treated it like it is, and it's a real emergency, there would be a state oversight, and they would treat it like a real emergency response. They would have shown up with trailers and transported the dogs out to other shelters. And yes, some have left, but there are so many more there. And even when I was there, 2 people showed up to foster and 1 to adopt a dog, and no one left with a dog. So I don't know what is happening, but what should be happening is not happening. Yeah. If that makes sense.
We were told at one point there was 118 dogs, and I know one shelter said they'd take 10, another shelter said they'd take 10. We were told there's 60 now. Do you know what's happened to almost 60 dogs?
I don't. I do know that there's someone contacted me in Hempstead, New York, and years ago they gave maybe 10 to 15 dogs to Kim to rehab, and the town is saying they don't want them back, but I just reached out to their local officials to try to get them to take the dogs back. So what I believe, and I don't know, what I can assume and what I've gathered from yesterday is people sent dogs to Kim for quote-unquote rehab.
Right.
Because no one else in their local town knew what to do with the dogs, but they couldn't put the dogs down for whatever reason. So that's what's left there at the building. And I don't know. That's just what I assume and what I gather from the information.
Right. There's probably a lot of dogs that if they say these dogs can't be walked, it's going to be hard to adopt these dogs out. So what do you do with them? I hate to say the euthanasia going down that road, but I don't know of any other solution because it doesn't seem like there's any other centers that want to take these dogs.
And I agree. And the thing is, we were there yesterday, and we have a half Rottweiler collie at home, so Rottweilers have a special place in our hearts. And there were 2 Rottweilers, and my husband and I were talking to the guy there, saying what's the story on them? Thinking about maybe fostering or adopting one of them. Yeah. And he said, no one can be around them. They're too aggressive. So later in the day, this guy, I forget what his name was, this young man, he walked one of the Rottweilers, and this Rottweiler looked so docile. He just looked so calm. And I said to my husband, our Rottweiler collie would be more aggressive.
Right.
He just looked on if you went down there and you saw your eye, it would break your heart how these dogs look at you. Please just help me. So yes, these dogs must be aggressive, but they don't see any human interaction, and they don't.
Right. Yeah, staying in crates all day long are not going to make their situation any better.
Is there someone? What made you? Can I just ask you? I'm just trying to get a feel for who's in charge there now. What made you show up? Is there someone you call and you say, "Hey, I want to stop by this weekend and walk some dogs"? Do you have to check in? Did someone tell you we need some help this weekend?
I'll tell you how I got down there, what prompted us to go, and then I'll tell you what happened when we went down there. So when we went, what made us go is there's a website a Facebook page. It's Save the Road to Home Dogs Utica. And what this is, I don't know who runs it. It's just all the updates about these dogs at Broad Street. So I saw that someone had posted as of Saturday night, Kim had left. And then they needed blankets. So I called my friends, called my sisters, put it on Facebook, made a few stops, picked up blankets, and went down. And when we got there, first of all, the smell, even before you are out of your car, is horrific. But we got there, they asked who we were, what we were doing. I said, we're just here to walk dogs. We have some free times. We're dog lovers. They made us show us our license. They took a picture, and then we walked dogs, and then that was it. But like I said, I sent maybe 4 other people down after we had left, and they said there was no other dogs to walk.
All right. So And the Facebook page, is that something that is pro Kim Strong or anti Kim Strong?
It's not pro or anti Kim Strong anything. It's for the dogs.
Okay, it's
they
all
are
about
just
the dogs.
trying to get the dogs.
So it seems like a legitimate Facebook page that's really just trying to put together some bit of a group to help the situation. Which
right, and I
is
think
pretty bad.
at this point, no one is pro or against Kim Strong. People are in it for the dogs. And,
yeah. Okay.
And yeah.
All right. You have to add
one more thing.
Yeah.
The stuff you threw out, was there an explanation as to what? I know you said one bag was Kim's sneakers. You said it was her old shoes. Was
so
someone telling you to? Go ahead.
Our directions, because first when we were there, at one point I said to one of the ladies running, telling us what to do, she was very annoyed with us. And I think it's because we were saying, like, what can we do? Like, give us another dog. Let me clean this crate.
Yeah.
And she was very annoyed. And at one point I had said, we are here to help. You're treating us like we're a nuisance, and I'm just asking you to be a little kinder. So whoever the 4 people were there, I can't even tell you their names or who they were or anything. It seemed like they were annoyed with the help. But I think that's what they need.
Right.
But when we were inside cleaning,
right,
I said, what do I throw out? And they said, throw out anything that you would throw out in your own house that looked like this.
Gotcha.
So
nobody specifically said take Kim's stuff out of here. They were like, if it looks like trash, get rid of it. Gotcha.
All right.
Right.
All right. Well, we are trying to reach Kim, and we are somewhat unsuccessful in that. But also, I think authorities are looking into this right now as well.
Right. And like I said, I just hope that people forget about Kim. She's gone. Like, I hope she never starts this again like she did with the food bank and, another dog shelter somewhere else. But I just really hope that people start to see that this isn't over. Those dogs are still there, kept in crates for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah, so something has to be done to fix this problem. And then we can discuss about how to prevent the problem from ever happening again. But right now, there are 60 dogs that it seems like these people cannot take care of. So it's a real problem. Angela, I appreciate the fact that you and your husband and your sisters and friends did this in the first place is really pretty awesome. So
thanks.
We'll be kind to you. Very nice.
Thank you so much.
All right, Angela, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day. So, but something's got to be done about this problem.
Yeah, and just one quick thought. Again, this is completely speculation on my part, but it almost sounds like the 4 people that Angela referenced are kind of in over their heads as well, and people are showing up trying to help, and they might not know what to tell them what to do.
And also, I do feel that they're probably people are when they're coming in, they're this is disgusting. So they're probably feeling like they're being judged a little bit, which is why they're being a little snotty to them.
Additionally,
they shouldn't be. Right.
When you ask about, hey, what about this dog? I like this dog. It seems like they're trying to avoid a situation where people go, hey, that dog's cute and he seems to be acting nice. Like, can I take him home? Right. There might not even be set up where they can legally adopt them out.
Yeah,
so
what a mess.
I think that's why she said when she asked about one dog, they're like, no, you can't adopt him. No, we're not going through this right now. So